started on September 12th at mile 1214.4. That's where we had left off in the spring. I had to hike 2 miles to get to the trail because it was blocked off. When we were there in the spring, there was a lost hiker and the trail road was open. I spent 20 minutes bushwhacking because I didn't understand the scale on gut hooks. I got tired of road walking and thought I would cut over to the trail. Well, that was a mistake. I managed to lose one of my liter bottles. In any case, I did 11 miles to Windsor Furnace Shelter. At Port Clinton, railroad repair shop there, the employees gave me 4 bottles of water as it looked like the water was going to be sketchy from there on. It got rained on the last 3 miles. Got to walk, or last 3 hours, got to walk in wet socks. Ended up with about 11 for the day. The next day, did 18.8, got up to 1244.1. Had a long uphill and then 3 miles of rocks, and then some really nice trail. Ate lunch at the Eccles Shelter caretaker house. Here's some video of Pennsylvania rock walking. Since I'm holding the camera, I'm not using my poles. It doesn't matter. I'm doing these rocks for a good hour and a half. And they're just beating the hell out of my ankles. Earlier today, beautiful trail. It's almost like a dirt path. In fact, I guess it was part of an old forest road for a while. And then right after lunch, this crap happened. This isn't even the worst of it. I don't know if you can really see how bad it is for all the shadows. It's hard to find a place for your feet, much less the poles at the same time. Only have 23, 24, 25 miles left of Pennsylvania. And then they say, well, the first 20 miles of New Jersey is full of rocks too, but at least there you got hope that it's going to be over after a day. Here it's just goes on and on, probably for 150 miles. Not every mile's like this, but enough of them to make you want to shoot yourself. The video is out of sequence with this voiceover. Like I said, water was really getting to be an issue, so I carried 2.5 liters out of that shelter. Seemed to get feet wet every day. Had problem with wet socks. Fell many, many times. I'd previously been able to go up to 100 miles or more without falling on the trail until I got to Pennsylvania. On Saturday the 14th, I only did a 15-mile day. Patty picked me up at Palmerton, and I did some slack packing after that. On the 15th, I did 17 miles southbound from Delaware Gap to Wind Gap. I met two southbound female hikers. Oh my God, they were just desperate need of a shower. I don't know how long they'd gone without, but I'm sure a bear couldn't have smelled as bad as they did. It was memorable, to say the least. On Monday the 16th, that was the last day in Pennsylvania.
Well, it's Friday, September 20th. It's 7:15. I'm looking north and then west, and that must be the Delaware Valley, and the morning fog hadn't lifted yet. Quite a sight. I'm hoping it's gone by the time I have to hike down through it. And there's the sunrise.
Saw a young man sunbathing at this tower. A little scary.
Now that's a walk on the 18th. Isn't that fun?
Went southbound from High Point State Park in New Jersey the next day and a half, about 43 miles, 25 the second day. I saw one family of 6 on the trail. They had 4 kids that looked like they were under the age of 8. I just couldn't believe they were out there with their little backpacks on, doing a long section hike or whatever it was they were up to. It just seemed odd. After moving the RV into New York, actually the town was Florida, New York, she dropped me off again at the High Point State Park, and I started hiking north. Did the 17 miles the first day, and it's some pretty nice hiking, a few rocks. And then I started getting into the some ridge walking as I turned east along the the New Jersey, New York border, and that'll show up here in subsequent video.
And there we go again. Ridge walking in New York. Like they went out of their way to make life difficult. Instead of walking around forest floor, now let the dumb SOBs climb these rocks. So far this one's not as bad as some of them. At least they're rolled, rounded rocks. I don't know if they're worn down from glaciers or weather or what, but they're not the sharp pointed ones like there was in Pennsylvania, or even Virginia for that matter. There were some ridge walking there that was, everything was on a slant, and all the various layers were pointed. You get busy looking at the views, and you might walk off the side of one of these. I'm pretty tired. I probably shouldn't be doing this with one hand, but I probably shouldn't be doing this, period. Fell down earlier today, climbing around a boulder. Lost my grip, swung around, and landed on my back. Luckily, my extra pair of shoes that I put in my backpack took the brunt of the blow. And then a couple of hours later, the sole of one of my shoes came completely undone. So, silly as it seems about putting in an extra pair of shoes today in my slack pack, it actually saved me twice.
Well, the last few miles in New York, my journaling got really sketchy. I made it to mile 1400. So I've got 1100 miles on the trail with this 300-mile gap in northern Tennessee and southern Virginia. So hopefully the new set of videos that come out in 2020 will have commentary that matches the pictures. I won't be doing it after the fact.